Om Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitangscha Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitangscha Jai Paramaradha Patit Pavan Paramadayal Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai Jai Jagat Guru Shaparikar Paramadayal Paramaradha Srila Sarasvati Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhupad ki Jai So today, in today's Harikatha, I just feel certain spontaneous inspirations to be throwing more lights or making some illuminations, deeper illuminations on some of the expressions, some of the explanations of His Divine Grace Srila Guru Maharaj. Okay, such as mercy above justice. Such as mercy above justice. Also, I just remember, let me remember. And then at some point, I would like to continue us explaining on Gaura-Sarasvati Arati, because I started to be explaining a few days back, only just maybe 1/5 or maybe 1/6. I could complete only 1/6, the first portion. So if I continue to be illuminating on that, at least so step by step, that will be complete at some point. The explanations, Harikatha on Gaura-Sarasvati Arati will reach a point of more completion at some point. Gaur Hari Guru. So first, one of Srila Guru Maharaj adored and famous parts of Harikatha, famous expressions. In the higher spiritual world, divine world, mercy is considered above justice. In other words, divine mercy has been glorified to be gloriously manifesting above the stand of justice. See, as we go through the Holy Scriptures, as we adherently read certain essential portions of the Holy Scriptures, what we find there? We find the same truth that many of the pure devotees are highly glorifying Lord's merciful character in different ways, in different variegated ways, through their various appreciativeness, through their various appreciations, admirations, that they are glorifying the Supreme Lord or narrating the glories of the Supreme Lord as, specifically as, being very merciful with his most special, merciful character. And pure devotees took so much joy. They received so much joy, their hearts simply elated, uplifted, ambrosially uplifted with ambrosial joy, to narrate the glories of the nectarian mercy, beautiful mercy, merciful characters of Lord Krishna, Srimati Radha Thakurani, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhara Prabhu. Specifically, Gaura Nityananda, Radha Krishna. So they become full of happiness. They become overwhelmed with joy just to speak the glories, chant and sing the glories of the divine mercy and merciful characters of Srimati Radharani, Krishna Chandra, Gaura Nityananda. They are not found to glorify the parts of justice, the place of the justice in the higher spiritual world, although the conception of high-class justice, especially the merciful justice, also been glorified, also been praised in the higher spiritual world, divine world. But again, that justice also imbued with the touch of mercy. In other words, it can be called as merciful justice, or justice in interrelationship, in connection with loving mercy of the Supreme. Because in many cases, on many occasions, all the justices, the conception of justice is done on the plane of perfection. All are controlled by, defined by, concluded by the sweet will, the flows of the sweet will of the divine couple. That's the factor behind. That's the nectarine law. That's the nectarine factor, principles based on which justice is done. Sweet wills of the divine couple. There are some fixed laws, rules and regulations based on which the justices are done, but over and above, in ultimate sense, their sweet wills are the laws, ultimate laws, based on which all justices are done, of dynamic character. No stagnant constitutional, no fixed constitutional laws on the plane of Goloka Vrindavan only. There are some fixed divine laws, rules. At the same time, they are also ever dynamic, ever manifesting, ever beautifully manifesting, ever increasingly manifesting, ever dynamically manifesting waves of the sweet wills, waves of the laws of the sweet wills of the divine couple, by which dynamic laws also many justices are done on that plane. And because those justices are done based on the sweet wills of the divine couple, naturally affections deep, there's so much love and affections mixed. They become united with such type of laws of the sweet wills, conducted by the sweet wills of divine couple. Laws conducted by, inspired by, subjected by, lovingly controlled by the sweet wills of divine couple. So there is wonderful character of doing justices. In that flow, which is so much united, accommodating, united with, mixed with love and affection, loving and affectionate considerations of the divine couple in that justice. So that justice has been also glorified, highly admired, called merciful justice. But when Guru Maharaj explained about the mercy above justice, he was actually referring to general type of justices. The general types of justice, common types of justice, even found on the higher spiritual world, on the plane of the higher spiritual world. Okay. And the dispensation of the mercy, manifestation of the mercy of the Lord, always positioned, gloriously positioned above the conception of justice in the spiritual world. Okay. Also what happens, also what Guru Maharaj refers to say, he means to say that on the plane of doing justice, okay, in the context of doing any justice, there are some righteous calculations, there are some righteous ways of justifications, okay, righteously calculative ways, righteously logical ways, hypothetically logical ways, or calculative ways of different types of justifications according to time, place, situations, according to the qualities, individual qualities of the devotee to whom justice is being done. So in general, commonly, making justice is dependent on different aspects of hypothetical judgments, justifications, logical considerations, okay, righteously calculative ways of different considerations of the different factors according to time, place, situations, and individual nature of that person on whom justice is being done. All these are involved. righteous considerations. So there may not be any merciful, loving considerations in doing justice, but then there can be partialities or there something due to some personal love consideration or affectionate consideration, then the punishment which is due, which is deserved, maybe less, can be skipped. So then the proper justice, righteous justice from a neutral stand, of just neutral justified stand cannot be done. Because some affectionate sentiments coming and interfering in that. And so then righteous justice cannot be applied. So that is the character, that is the world, the plane of justice. It's the character of doing justice. But now, what Guru Maharaj explained there, so on such plane of receiving justice from the Supreme Divine Being, from the Supreme Absolute, in other words, from the Supreme God. Okay, then we may not be deserving many things. In other words, if the Supreme Divine Being is engaged in doing righteous justice on us according to what we deserve, according to our actions, different types of unqualified activities, different types of unqualified actions, wrong actions, incomplete or insufficient activities, then justice on us according to our actions will also be done accordingly. All the justice by the Supreme Lord, Supreme Absolute will also be done towards us accordingly, according to the levels and qualities and capabilities of our actions, of our karma, of our actions, of all our activities, according to our different kinds of mentalities, temperaments, attitudes, intentions, the justice will be applied. And while we are not highly able, while we are not really developed, we are not really capable of doing things in a high-class way, highly qualified ways, engaging in our actions, activities in higher ways, nicer ways, then what happens? Then we also won't be deserving high-class justice. We won't be deserving high-class justice from the Supreme Lord, because justice is being applied according to my standard, ability, qualifications of my activities, actions, my doings. Right. Therefore, Guru Maharaj says, no, we cannot take that path. We cannot take that path to approach the Supreme Beautiful Divine. Okay, Supreme Beautiful Divine, Supreme Beautiful Lord, Supreme Beautiful Lord of Justice, upon knowing that the higher conception, even the higher conception of the same Supreme Beautiful Divine Absolute is also characterized by another fold, and that is of mercy. So let us approach, let us connect to that level of the higher conception of the Krishna Radhika, which plane, which conception is none other than filled with mercy and merciful justice. Let us take that path. Let us start taking our journey. Let us start taking our journey through that path and approach the Supreme Absolute Divine, the Divine Couple. To their world of mercy, to their aspect of the mercy. So let us, in other words, let us take that path which leads us towards that goal, that beautiful, wonderful goal, which is manifesting so much merciful character, merciful nature of the divine couple. Reach that goal, approach that goal instead of reaching the goal of justice, taking the path which is leading towards justice. And I can still remember, that memory is still live in my feelings, realization. And Guru Maharaj would be taking so much happiness to be glorifying Lord's mercy above justice. That's why he reiterated. He spoke of that same topic several times, which is beyond calculations. World of mercy of the divine couple, simply beyond the rich, beyond the world of justice done by the same Supreme Lord. Because in the world of their mercy, we can be humbly claiming, we can be having some high expectations of receiving so much more wealth, so much more treasure. We can be gaining so much more in our life and being exempted, being simply exempted and saved from some sort of justices while done righteously in my life, applied to me righteously to my life according to my qualifications, limited qualifications, my limited abilities, or according to my disqualification, because I deserve very little. Yeah. So, pure devotees, they love to relate, connect to the world of benevolence. Lord's benevolence and mercy, ocean, infinite ocean of the mercy. Then they know they can easily be exempted or easily skip some of the punishments what they could also receive, deserve in their life if the righteous justice would be applied to them. Or they could also be ignoring that sides of insufficient attainment, inadequate attainment from the Lord's justices, modes of justices. If things were done to them, if they were supposed to receive things in a justified way, then they would receive very little because they deserve very little due to their disqualifications, shortcomings in their actions and activities in so many different ways. So devotees, those high class, or those very intelligent, very intelligent, pure devotees try to avoid, intelligently avoid that path of receiving justice from the Supreme Lord. Although they know that, okay, His justice can also be mixed with mercy, but they want to go for greater achievement. They simply want to go for greater achievement, greater attainment. If they have that chance, why they should lose it? Why should not? Why shouldn't they have that? Why shouldn't they utilize that greater opportunity of having greater attainment, much greater and better achievement through Lord's merciful character? That's what they do. And therefore, throughout his life, specifically in the last portion of Guru Maharaj's lifetime, we see Guru Maharaj used to be engaged in uttering Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai Re. Because Nityananda Prabhu is famously known as the infinite ocean of mercy above justice. Mahaprabhu is also known as infinite ocean of mercy. And so Nityananda Prabhu is sometimes even more. In connection with his beloved Lord Mahaprabhu, okay, not in separation, in connection with his beloved Lord Mahaprabhu, he even becomes more merciful. Unconditionally merciful. Nityananda Prabhu's character, Avadhuta character of mercy. His mercy also manifests with Avadhuta character. Unconditional mercifulness. Sometimes his character of mercy has been described even more, as if more, than Mahaprabhu's mercy, because Mahaprabhu's mercy would be sometimes a bit reserved, manifested a bit reserved way. That is, it is so found. Sometimes Mahaprabhu apparently just avoided some devotees due to some kind of shortcomings in them, or due to some kind of lacking in their qualities, or due to the purpose of setting certain examples before other worldly persons, neophyte devotees, how to make proper advancement in higher spiritual life, how to truly make progress, continue to be making progress in higher life divine. Okay, I used those devotees as examples to teach us. Okay, either of these reasons or both reasons. So, for that, when Mahaprabhu even apparently avoided some of his associates or servitors or devotees, causing pain to the hearts of the devotees. And then the devotees felt very sad, because the devotees' mood were, Mahaprabhu can chastise us. Mahaprabhu, if there are some shortcomings or any kind of inadequate ways found, some lacking, something missing in our qualities, let Mahaprabhu directly chastise us. Okay, punish us. by his direct connection, by his direct caring relation to us, but not avoiding. Because avoidance is much more painful and much greater punishment what they could not tolerate. If Mahaprabhu directly chastise and even put little punishment, they would be so happy to take that, knowing Prabhu is still caring. He's not avoiding, he's caring for us so much. This is another way of showing care for us. So they would be very happy. They would be so happily ready to receive that kind of chastisement from Mahaprabhu. But as soon as they found Mahaprabhu was being aloof, avoiding, could not tolerate that. That would be extremely painful for those devotees. Extremely hurting. Then they would straightly come to Nityananda Prabhu. They would straightly come to the shelter of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. And after listening from them, Lord Nityananda said, no problem, I am there for you. Come, embrace them. Come. He embraced them, gave them full shelter. Okay, accepted them in full, giving them full shelter with all love and care, all loving care. And the message was sent to Mahaprabhu. You tried to avoid, I accepted them. Prabhu, you tried to avoid these devotees to serve some purpose of you, okay, to set certain examples, serve certain purpose of you, okay, to either to teach them or set some examples by using them for the benefits of others, for teaching others, other devotees. Anyway, here I am, none other than your expansion, my Lord. He gave that message to Mahaprabhu. Not always by literally, but through his bhava. Through his inner word of bhava, he gave that clear message to Mahaprabhu. Here I am, none other than your expansion. I am accepting them. Now, I am accepting them that they are now fully embraced in my loving shelter. Prabhu, so you have no way out now. You have no way out. You cannot but have to accept them now. And Mahaprabhu had to do that. When Mahaprabhu came to know, they were all fully absorbed, fully accepted, embraced in Nityananda Prabhu's shelter. Then ultimately Mahaprabhu could not but accept them in full. Again, embrace them in full. So, they are again embraced. They are further embraced by Mahaprabhu. Directly they are embraced in Mahaprabhu's shelter through Nityananda Prabhu. Now, and Prabhu could not say no anymore. Because my beloved Nityananda accepted them, means as good as directly accepted by me. And those same devotees felt so happy. Their joy knew no bound. Their joy of fulfillment simply knew no bound, limitless. Being again accepted, directly accepted by Mahaprabhu's loving care, being accepted by Nityananda's loving care through the shelter of Lord Nityananda. So, here is the glory, here is a great example of the glory of mercy above justice. Because when Mahaprabhu tried to avoid those devotees doing some justice, it was manifesting some sort of justice part. Justice part, but what Lord Nityananda did the way Lord Nityananda related to the same devotees when they approached Lord Nityananda with all humility, with all humbleness and humility. What Lord Nityananda did in relation to them, the example of pure mercy, a merciful justice in another cute term, merciful justice. See, and that's what Guru Maharaj was explaining. So he also loved to take shelter in his old age, because in the old age of Srila Guru Maharaj, in the last part of the manifest presence of Srila Guru Maharaj on this plane, Guru Maharaj was thinking, I got so old, I cannot, in my daily life, I cannot do all the sadhanas properly. I repeat, I cannot do all my regular sadhanas in my daily life very properly due to my old age problem, physical sickness. So there might be some shortcomings and some faults, some shortcomings in my sadhana I cannot do. Out of humility he was thinking. Although great devotee like Guru Maharaj did not need further to again engage in sadhana with rules, regulations, following like a disciplined way in his daily life, because he was already in the world of spontaneous devotion, raga marga. He was already fully flowing in full swing for 24 hours, within 24 hours, but 24 hours in 24 hours in raga marga, sadhana in the bhava, through this maranam, through the releasing through his bhava, world of the bhava. Yet this is one of the characters, humble characteristics of the very pure exalted devotees. Out of their great humility, they feel I cannot do things right. I cannot be doing my things very right, properly in relation to Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, in relation to the divine couple Radha, Krishna. I cannot really do my services properly to them. I am lacking, shortcomings coming, some faults. So, being in that feelings, so being situated in that mood, then Guru Maharaj straightly took shelter of Nityananda Prabhu, loudly yearning and hankering, calling out for the mercy, calling out for the unalloyed mercy, complete mercy of Lord Nityananda. Taking full shelter in Lord Nityananda, thinking whatever I cannot do in my daily life of sadhana, whatever I cannot do in a proper way, I've got shortcomings, all will be fulfilled by Lord Nityananda's merciful grant. By the grant of Lord Nityananda's mercy, everything will be fulfilled, satisfied. So he cried out, often cried out, saying, Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai. And Lord Nityananda's mercy could not stay away. Immediately, Lord Nityananda Prabhu's mercy started flowing in Guru Maharaj's life. We felt that. As Guru Maharaj released that, as Srila Guru Maharaj also could feel the flow of Lord Nityananda's mercy connecting to his life. some of us around him also could feel into that, reality in a subtle spiritual way. And Guru Maharaj became more and more attached. He simply became more and more attached to receiving more mercy, being fully embraced within the world of Lord Nityananda's loving mercy by calling out, Dayal Nitai, Dayal Nitai. Dayalo Nitai Name Nitya Premamaya. Mercy above justice. And because the character of justice often also connects to some sort of high-class vidhi marga, world of the vidhis, justifications based on depending on rules, regulations, certain righteous logical analysis of how the things being done by a devotee and granting fruits, granting results accordingly. Okay, vidhi marga. But world of mercy or merciful justice, simply it starts manifesting. It's starting point of manifestation in the raga marga world of the raga marga. Therefore, pure devotees glorify the divine couple and Gaura Nityananda as Maha Kripamaya, Maha Karunamaya, Maha Badana, Om Namo Mahabadanyaya, Mahabadanna Mahaprabhu, Mahabadanna, Namo Mahabadanyaya, Krishna Prema Pradayate, Krishnaya, Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratise Nama. In the very first place, Mahaprabhu, the very first place, the glory of Mahaprabhu is manifesting there, expressed there, Namo Mahabadanyaya. And with that character, with that Mahabadanna character, he was giving Krishna Prema Pradayate. Same character we find manifested during his pilgrimage tour in all over South India. Whoever came in contact with Mahaprabhu became maddened with Krishna Prema instantly. Just in touch with Mahaprabhu, just by the connection of seeing Mahaprabhu, simply by seeing Mahaprabhu, having a darshan of Mahaprabhu, coming in close contact, just connection with Mahaprabhu, and feeling into his mood. By feeling into his mood, they became overwhelmed with ecstatic love of Krishna. And it became transcendentally infectious, contagious, not infectious. Simply became transcendentally contagious. And that was granted by Mahaprabhu out of Patita Pavana Lila, then and there. Disregards of their qualifications. Disregards of their qualifications or disqualifications. So Mahaprabhu instantly blessed them with taste of Krishna Prema. It was one of Mahaprabhu's Mahabadanna Leelas. Mahabadanna characteristics. And also other kinds of characteristics. Other similar types of manifestation, similar characters of manifestation found during saving Jagai Madhai, rescuing Jagai Madhai, or even saving Kala Krishna Das, Jagai Mathai. Also, often in Jagannath Puri, because the people, whoever came in contact with Mahaprabhu's wonderfully beautiful Sankirtana movement, Sankirtana in Jagannath Puri, full of ecstatic love of Krishna. So, they also got directly infected. I'm saying in a cute way, positively negative way, infected. Now let me say positively positive way, affected. They got directly affected by that feelings of ecstatic love of Krishna. Even the ordinary people who came in contact with that ecstatic Krishna Sankirtana, when Mahaprabhu was exhibiting Ashtasattika Prema Vikara, 8 kinds of divine love symptoms of Krishna. Not only Mahaprabhu was having that 8 kinds of divine love symptoms of Krishna, but also his associates surrounding him, associates surrounding Gaura Nityananda, and even the associates of those associates, beloved associates of Mahaprabhu, all having a Ashtasattik Vikara. What was a merciful grant? The same Krishna Prema, what cannot be received even after many births, many lifetimes, so rare, of the rarest. Most rare of the rarest. Now being given freely. Now being given freely out of great merciful grant. Unlimited merciful grant. And they are having that experience. Even the ordinary people came in contact with Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu during those Leela. They received that taste instantly. They became mad. They simply became maddened by the ambrosial taste, ecstatic taste of love of Krishna Radhika. Mercy above justice. The examples, self-effulgent examples of mercy above, merciful dispensation above justice. Therefore, Mahaprabhu has been glorified as Anarpita Charing Chirat Karunayavatir Nakkalu. He gave something, he gave such invaluable treasure, invaluable ambrosial treasure of Krishna Prema. He blessed many fortunate souls with the ambrosial treasure of Krishna Prema in this Leela which was never given. Anarpita, which was as if never given before, unprecedented, matchlessly unprecedented, ambrosial, priceless ambrosial gift he gave out of his great benevolence and mercy. Mahabadanna character. And same character we find in Nityananda Prabhu. And same characters also found in Radha Krishna, but in different flavors and taste, with the flavors of madhurya more flavors of madhurya, and in Gaura Nityananda with the flavors, characters of audarya, madhurya mixed audarya. And in Braja Leela, audarya mixed madhurya. One is audarya decorated madhurya and madhurya decorated audarya. Udare madhura raga abhinava saji. In Gaura-Sarasvati Arati, Guru Maharaj is describing it very mystically, wonderfully. Udare madhura raga abhinava saji. Now we find in Gaura Lila, in Audarja Lila of the Gauranga, the madhura raga of the Braja, madhura raga of the Braja of Radha Krishna, now uniting, now manifesting in the embrace of Audarja Lila of Gauranga, Nabadwip Audarja Lila of Gauranga, both are harmoniously united, so delightfully, so joyfully, ecstatically, harmoniously united, now embracing each other. Now madhurya rasa is now embraced by Audarja rasa of Gaura Lila. What a wonderful manifestation. Now we are finding of the madhurya rasa Lila, of the madhurya rasa of the Braja, embraced by Audarja rasa mood, Audarja rasa of Gauranga in Nabadwip Lila. Udare madhura raga abhinava saji. Oh, same madhura raga of the Braja now is manifested in the embrace, in the beloved embrace of Audarja rasa of Gauranga in wonderfully newer form, through wonderfully newer manifestation. Most wonderfully newer manifestation, as it never seen before. Udare madhura raga abhinava saji. Abhinava means in wonderfully newer form, newer character. Now it became perfectly perfect now. Comparatively, what Guru Maharaj wants to mean, when it was just only madhurya rasa, in madhurya rasa, it was relatively perfect. Okay, relatively perfect, relatively absolute, relatively perfect. Although madhurya rasa in itself is perfectly perfect, now in comparison, that now becomes relatively perfect. Also, Audarja rasa in Gaura Lila also remains relatively perfect, although that Audarja rasa in Gaura Lila also perfectly perfect. Yet, it was manifesting as relatively perfect. Now, with the unification of both, now became perfectly perfect. Now it became now absolutely perfect, perfectly perfect, through comparisons. Achinta Bheda Bheda. It cannot be understood in a calculative, it can never be understood in a limitedly calculative way, impossible. It is what it is. We can only try to have a glimpse of pure understanding about this through the principles of Achinta Bheda Bheda. Only a glimpse, only a little idea, glimpse of what it is. Udare madhura rago abhinava saji. Madhurya kaivalya raga. Then thereafter madhurya kaivalya raga brajera nirjasa prapti parakasthata he gauranga vilasa. This Gaura-Sarasvati Arati is factually very deep. It's a very deep character. It's another whole world. Huge world of the Radha Krishna Tattva, Siddhanta, their beauty, wonderful beauty, ambrosial love reciprocations, Leelas of the ambrosial love reciprocations between Radha Krishna and Radha Krishna with Gauranga, who was none other than the combination of Radha Krishna with Gauranga. And that was also manifesting in relation to Sarasvati Goswami Thakur Prabhupad, his Guru Maharaj, who was none other than the another expansion of Gauranga he felt. Guru Maharaj felt, realized, his Guru Maharaj, Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupad, was none other than a direct expansion, non-different expansion of Sri Gauranga. And that realization of Guru Bang, and that special realization of Srila Guru Maharaj was manifesting through that verse in Prapanna Jivanamritam, glorifying Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupad as Gaura Bhagvigrahang Bande, Gaurangam Gaura Vaibhavam, Gaura Sankirtanonumattang, Gaura Karunna Sundaram. It was none other than glorification of Sarasvati Thakur. That verse was composed in praise of Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupad, narrating the glory of Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupad as the direct expansion of Mahaprabhu, Gaura Hari, bearing all his main characters. Sarasvati Thakur bearing in his lifetime all the main aspects, all the essential aspects or characters of Gaura Hari. Thereby he became a direct expansion of Gaura Hari. And in his Taba, he described all those specific aspects. I am again not going to explain. I already explained before, in the previous part of this. What is Gaura Bhagvigraham, then Gaura Bhagvigraham Bande, then he is himself Gaurangam, how he became Gaura Vaibhavam, then how he was manifesting, being maddened with the ambrosial ecstasy of divine Sankirtana, presented by Gaura Hari, manifested by Gaura Hari, Gaura Sankirtanonumattang, then how he became decorated, how he became adorably decorated, adorned, completely decorated by all the beautiful, wonderful qualities of Gaura Hari, Gaura Karunna Sundaram, how he got decorated by different wonderful beauties, aspects of the beauties of the mercy of Gauranga. Gaura Karunna Sundaram. Guru Maharaj, lastly, he was chanting the glory of his own Guru Maharaj as decorated, fully imbued with the beauty of the mercy of Gauranga. Completely beautified embodiment, beautified personification of Gauranga. Another personification, embodiment of Gauranga, beautified with his infinite mercy. Gaura Karunna Sundaram. But I did not analytically explain all this. So just to keep it brief, because I already explained in the previous part. So, back to the point. So, he actually related this Arati also to his Guru. It is actually stemming. It is actually taking birth from his Guru. Therefore, he entitled that Arati as Gaura-Sarasvati Arati. A Sarasvati Thakur, my Guru Maharaj Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada, non-different, expansion of Gauranga. So therefore he entitled as Gaura-Sarasvati, means he was seeing his Gurudev as Gaura-Sarasvati, not just Saraswati. Not just Sarasvati Thakur separately, but Gaura-Sarasvati. Here is another form of Gauranga in the form of my Guru Maharaj, Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupad. And that's how he named it as Gaura-Sarasvati Arati. Receiving from his stream of Sarasvati Thakur Prabhupada. Sarasvati Thakur Bhakti Vinod. The next line is Bhakti Vinodannaya Karuna Murati. Bhakti Vinodannaya. Annaya means heritage, dynasty. Also Annaya means dhara, flow, stream, spiritual stream. The pure devotional stream coming out, emanating from Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And the very embodiment of that stream is Saraswati Thakur. Bhakti Vinodannaya Karuna Murati. Karuna Murati means embodiment of all divine grace, divine mercy. And also the embodiment of all divine mercy as Bhakti Vinodannaya, as this divine son of Thakur Bhakti Vinod in one way of the meaning. Other way of the meaning of Bhakti Vinodannaya means the inheritor, bearer of the dhara, annaya, the pure devotional stream of Thakur Bhakti Vinod in his life. So the meaning of the annaya flows in both ways. Both ways. I already explained in my previous part of Harikatha. So why we start? Come back to madhurya kaivalya raga brajera nirjasa prapti parakashtha tahi gauranga vilasa. So madhurya kaivalya raga brajera nirjasa. Guru Maharaj now saying. After udare madhura raga abhinava saje, next line, madhurya kaivalya raga brajera nirjasa. This Guru Maharaj. So Guru Maharaj is describing, explaining there that kevala madhurya raga. There are also certain levels within the world of madhurya rasa, madhurya raga. Because within the circle or within the world, infinite world of the madhurya rasa seva, there are also certain hierarchies. And Srimati Radha Thakurani is known to be the highest epitome. Epitome means highest. Srimati Radha Thakurani is known, she is understood to be the epitome, the zenith, the samambonam, the highest queen, topmost, super excellent queen of that world of madhurya raga. But all other Brajagopis, all other Sakhis, Manjaris, Brajagopis may or may not have of that quality. So there are also levels there. So therefore Guru Maharaj is herein Guru Maharaj is describing about kevala madhurya raga, madhurya kaivalya raga brajara nirjasa. Kaivalya madhurya raga is known to be the essence of the Braja Prem. Essence, nirjasa. All other aspects of the Krishna Prem are not considered to be the very essence or quintessence, the Braja Prem, but only Kevala, Kaivalya Madhurya Raga is considered, understood to be the very, very essence. with the very essence of the Braja Prema, Brajaro Nirjasa. And who is the unlimited embodiment, personification of that madhurya kaivalya raga? Who? Srimati Radha Thakurani, none other than Srimati Radhika. She is madhurya kaivalya raga, and madhurya kaivalya raga is Radha Thakurani. There is no distinction. One is another. One is the form of another. What do you say? One is another. So the two perfect transcendental forms, two highest, divinest transcendental manifestation of Srimati Radha Thakurani. In the highest prema spirit, highest spirit of the prema is Kaivalya Madhurya Raga, and other way, Mahabhava Swarupini, Srimati Radha Thakurani as he manifests in her form, direct form. So, a Mahabhava Swarupini character and Srimati Radharani's direct divine complexion, divine form, are actually one and identical. One is the manifestation of the other. So there are two forms of Radha Thakurani, two direct expansion manifestations. One in the form of Madhurya Kaivalya Raga, one in the form of his own divine, her divine form. So Madhurya Kaivalya Raga Brajara Nirjasa. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, through Brahma Vaivarta Puranam, through certain chapters, specific chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam, through specific descriptions of 6 Goswamis, specifically Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Raghunatha Dasa Goswami Prabhus, through the descriptions of Swarup Goswami, Rai Ramananda Prabhu, through the Leela of the relish, ultimate relish of Mahaprabhu, this Madhurya, the glory, super excellent glory of the Madhurya Kaivalya Raga has been manifested. So, and Mahaprabhu, because ultimately this Srimati Radha Thakurani and Mahaprabhu was tasting. Mahaprabhu was engaged, simply engaged in tasting and relishing the ambrosial bhava, Mahabhava of Radha Thakurani for Krishna in his life, in his Anta-lila specifically. Radha Bhava Dhuti Shubalitang Naumi Krishna Sharupam. Sarup Damodar Goswami Prabhu, therefore glorified Mahaprabhu as Radha Bhava Dhuti Shubalitang Naumi Krishna Sharupam. I offer my loving devotional obeisance. I offer my wholehearted, devoted love obeisance to the lotus feet of that Mahaprabhu, of that Krishna who manifested as Gaura-Hari, as Gauranga, being completely embraced by the divine mood and complexion, divine effulgence and complexion, Mahabhava of Srimati Radha Thakurani. So I wholeheartedly, full loving devotion, worship, offer my obeisance to the lotus feet of that Krishna who is manifesting as Gauranga, being embraced with, unified, being embraced in mood and complexion of Radha Thakurani. So, Kaivalya madhurya raga is understood to be the highest, topmost level of the madhurya raga, and also understood to be quintessence. To be the final essence of madhurya raga. So that madhurya kaivalya raga brajara nirjasa. The next line, what Guru Maharaj is saying, prapti parakasthata he gauranga vilasa. And we can actually receive the best of it. We can actually receive, attain the best of that lila of the kaivalya madhurya raga, best of the taste of that kaivalya madhurya raga in the relish, in the ambrosial taste and relish of Gauranga, how he relished in his Antalila. That is the parakastha. That is the parakastha, means that is the highest fulfillment. That is the highestly fulfilling attainment. That is the topmost fulfilling attainment of the taste, ambrosial taste of the kaivalya madhurya raga as it was tasted by Lord Gauranga, being completely absorbed and overwhelmed in Radha Bhava. And that way, the great beloved associates of Gauranga, divine servitors of Gauranga, pure devotees, can have received the best taste, best attainment of the topmost nectarine taste of the madhurya raga through Mahaprabhu's Leela, through Mahaprabhu's Bilasa, through Gauranga Bilasa, through Gauranga's Bilasa means pastimes, ecstatic pastime, through Gauranga's ecstatic love pastimes, through Gauranga's ecstatic divine love pastimes, ambrosial love pastimes, or love tasting pastimes. Should also say that love tasting pastimes. Gauranga Bilasa, madhurya kaivalya raga brajera nirjasa, prapti parakastha tahi gauranga vilasa. Then that Radha bhavo kanti angi kori bhalo mati, dakshine asana rasa garima dekhati. So, by embracing Radha Bhava Kanti, by embracing that incomparable, unparalleled divine mood and complexion of Srimati Radharani, to the extent of his full satisfaction. Bhalo mate means to the extent of Krishna's full satisfaction. So by embracing the divine mood, incomparably divine mood and complexion of Radha Thakurani, to his own full satisfaction, Radha Bhavo Kanti Ongi Kori Bhalo Mate. Bhalo Mate means Krishna did it to his full satisfaction. Not little bit and satisfied. As much as Krishna could have that. he did not miss any part. He did not want to miss any part of that. And that was unlimited. And Krishna also unlimitedly embraced the unlimited love mood and ambrosial love mood and complexion of Srimati Radha Thakurani within him, okay, within and without, completely in and out of him, to his full satisfaction, to his full contentment, and became Gauranga. Radha bhavo kanti angi kori bhalo mate, then became Gauranga. Then, therefore, dakshine asana rasa garima dekhate. Therefore, according to certain aspect of the Vedic tradition, according to certain aspect of the high-class Vedic tradition, if someone is to be given more respect, little more respect, he is placed on the right side of that person instead of left side. It's a relatively, okay, it's a relatively considered concept, not absolute. But it's a relatively considered way of showing more respect to someone by positioning him or her on the right side, right of the other one who is giving respect, showing respect. Here, Guru Maharaj is saying, therefore, the deity of Lord Gaurahari, divine deity of Lord Gauranga, now placed even on the right side of you, Krishna, mind it. Oh Krishna, you mind it. Your Gauranga form completely, overwhelmingly embraced, okay, absolutely embraced by the Radha Bhava and Kanti. Now sitting, now given position, now sitting on your right side. With greater respect, you mind it. So cute way, telling Krishna, same you, but previously you were two, you and Radhika, two. Now, two became now combined, unified together, so that has got greater respect. It has got greater importance. And in order to show that respect, in order to give that greater respect, that special respect to you in the Gauranga form, Gauranga deity is placed on your right side. Dakshine asana rasa garima. বুঝতে পারছো তো? Rasa garima দেখাতে. Rasa garima means the excellence, superior excellence of the rasa compared to the preceding level of the rasa, compared to the immediate immediate level of the rasa just below. Very difficult to explain in English sometimes. So, rasa garima. Rasa garima is super excellence of a specific rasa. So, Srila Guru Maharaj was very lovingly, in a beautiful, cute way, telling Krishna, you mind it now. Krishna, you mind it now. Your Gauranga deity is now positioned, has to be positioned on your right. Also, there is no more place on your left because Radharani is occupied. So, there is no place for you there. Yeah. So, your natural place is now on your right side. is also signifying, there's also gesturing and signifying one reality that Gauranga has the rasa which is even greater than what you have. Gauranga now has that quality of the rasa, the super excellent quality of the madhurya, kaivalya raga, rasa, or Krishna prema rasa, which is somewhat greater than what you have. Mind it. And when Guru Maharaj was telling Krishna in that way, Krishna was relishing the best. He was enjoying such approach, the best. So, because now Madhurya and Udarja both combined together, became perfectly perfect, so it became more excellent. It's now deserving more respect than what you have. More respect than only Braja Prema. Because both are unified together here. Therefore, here is the manifestation of Rasa Garima. Rasa Garima means excellence of the Rasa. Through superiority. How do you say? Excellence of a Rasa manifesting through its superiority. Garima. And Garima also means pride. Pride of the glory. It's a loving pride. And that pride, that nectarine pride is so much enjoyed by Krishna. When Krishna becomes defeated by his own glory, by his own super excellence, means by some excellence relatively more than his excellence, then he enjoys that utmost. He also enjoys that as topmost. That defeat is not real defeat. It's another form of conquering, another form, another realization, another relish of conquering Lord. Winning Lord, decorated with all winning colors. All defeats, such type of defeats simply become winning colors, winning forms, winning colors in Krishna's enjoyment, relish. Again, we can try to be understanding through Achinta Bhedabhed principles how defeat becomes winning, and sometimes winning becomes defeat. So, Dakshine Asana Rasa Garima Dekhati. Of course, later on, Guru Maharaj also very much glorified Krishna. You are in the middle, so you don't need to worry. If you are a little bit of worried, I am actually Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. I am Swayam Bhagavan. How can you minimize? How can you even minimize my glory of this Swayam Bhagavan even a little bit? Then Guru Maharaj was telling Krishna, you don't worry, Krishna. You are placed in the middle. Madhyarohi bangshi rabe ghoshe bangshi dharo. Your position is given in the middle. So you are central Lord. You are having central position, so nothing less. Whether on the south or left, you are always holding a central position of all central power. So remain peaceful and pacified. That you do remain all the way to fullest extent as the Supreme Godhead, Bhagavan Swayam. Don't you worry. Madhyarahi bangshi rave ghoshe bangshi dhar. More to be explaining. Maybe I should stop here. If I continue to be flowing, it will take another 3 hours, maybe in the next part. I'm gonna put my Harikatha to rest over here for today. See, often I explain certain things with repetitions, but these repetitions should not be considered to be repetitions. It should be considered with the same view, with the same feeling, same conception. Like we love to repeat, to relish some delicious food. We love to be repeating, tasting some delicious preparation, isn't it? Is it considered monotonous repetitions? No. So we love to be repeating many relishable things in our life. It never brings any monotony. Rather, it brings the opposite taste. We love to be drinking nectar again and again and again and again. We love to be thirsty for drinking nectar of Krishna Prema again and again and again and again and again to the limitlessness. We love to be thirsty for Krishna Prema, love to have the innermost love hankering for Krishna again and again and again to the limitlessness. We love to be engaged in loving servitude, love to be engaged in continued loving services to Radha, Krishna, Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Gadadhara Prabhu. The beloved associates again and again, repeatedly, to the limitlessness, with the limitless taste. So see how repetitions can also have its glory, its pristine glory beyond the limited concepts of repetition, monotony. No, just opposite. Ever dynamic way, ever increasing, ever increasing, ever developing, ever upsurging, ever enhancing, and ever flowing dynamic characteristics, dynamic ways. So when I keep on repeating, you can see slightly different angles and wordings are there. It's not exact repetitions, dead repetition, but slightly from different angles, from slightly different wordings. And other reason is that I love to repeat. Just simply I love to repeat. Saying one time is not good enough. Saying 2 times, saying the same thing, very same thing, 2 times, not good enough. What to do? Hare Krishna. Prasadam time.